Architectural Builders Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
I recall.
Yeah, Richard, I've suggested your name quite a few times over the last couple of years, 4 years, and I'm kind of calling because it's something I really only have flirted with but don't know. I'm trying to help a guy. I got a guy out of Concord, California that called us that's looking for that 4-inch adjustable spring hinge, what it's for a hotel to close the doors.
Oh, okay, so a 4-inch spring hinge. Okay, sure, I understand that.
Yeah, the one that has the screw on the top of it. Can you sell these to a guy in bulk? He needs like 180 or 200 of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one manufacturer that really has a screw in the top of their hinge, unless you mean the Allen wrench. But yes, selling regular spring hinges, that's easy stuff.
Right. I mean the one where you can tighten up the adjuster thing, and we don't get into any of that. Obviously, we're making piano hinges primarily, so I can send you the guy's email, or give you his number.
Yeah, absolutely. Is your so how about if I send you an email, or just tell me his email? That'd probably be easier.
Yeah, it's fine. It's.
Oh, I got to tell you, I went to Bomber. Do you know who Bomber is?
Yeah, I've heard of Bomber.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I went to Bomber. I was in that part of the Carolinas, and they've been making, spring hinges since the late 19th century. And I walked out of that place saying to myself, I have a new appreciation for the manufacturing of hinges. I've seen a lot of things made, and hinges really, I was like, that's an awful product to make. I've seen steel doors, wood doors. It's all simple compared to a hinge. My God.
You haven't said boo there. People do not realize, Richard, how much goes into making even a plain piano hinge.
I believe it.
And we get, you in your business, you want to move volume, give me a spec. Okay, I'll quote a spec. Here's 6,500 parts, blah, blah, blah. Here's your price. You distribute shit. You want to move it. We've got to know the 19th Thursday of the month in the year 2029 at purple skies on the evening of October the 31st. It's just crazy, the shit we got to know,
Yeah.
And it's important facts about nothing. So, the other thing I found out about those spring hinges, because I actually took one apart and went to Ace Hardware, and they sell those kind of products there. I took them apart, and we reverse engineered and made a heavy-duty 187 hinge body with a half-inch hole in there in the middle for the cam and the spring and how you wind it up and all that 3 years ago for a project for another customer of mine. And it's complex. The spring was made out of square wire instead of round wire.
Yep.
And it just, every single little thing was a difficult situation. So the fact that you went through it,
I do. My guys over at Bomber are hyper proud of their spring hinge, and it's not that they're proud. This is the engineering team. They're proud of what they've of overcoming what it takes to make a spring hinge that'll be a grade 1 hinge.
Yep.
And I had said to the gentleman there, I said, how many cycles can the hinge go? I know it's grade 1, 1 million cycles. He's like, I don't know. I unplugged the machine at 7 million cycles, he said.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
The point being, there's a whole lot more to it than anyone would ever realize. No one.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I'm a car nut, and I've got friends that work or crossed over in Detroit, and that they're working all day, all year for years and years, cycling how a valve, what do you call it, electronically controlled shift valve and a valve body will last in a transmission, and they just work on this one little aspect of it, and you think, oh my goodness, you got to be kidding, that's all you do your whole life? Yeah, that's all they do.
Yeah, they should get a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever get calls for pantograph hinges?
No, what's that?
So if you could, just in your mind's eye, think of a large walk-through door that would be on an ocean-going vessel, and a pantograph hinge. I mean, not that application, a mini version of it. So what these guys want to do is have a door installed in a wall and have no evidence of how the door is hanging, and they can't use a concealed hinge like a sauce. So one leaf would be mounted to the face of the door on the push side. The other leaf would be mounted to the jamb, and have this thing come out and move around. You see them on boats, I suppose, as well as these giant vessels, a pantograph. I get asked for that about once a year. Someone's looking to make a door super concealed, and there's no way to hide all true evidence of the door because they need it to move out of the opening and then articulate through its vertical axis of pivoting to the open position.
Yeah, having said that, a.k.a. the Bloom and the Salice and
yes,
the
sir.
35 millimeter cup hinge. And
that for a 150-pound door is what they're looking for. Anyway.
Yeah, the guys at Gooden, Anthony and Alicia and those people out there at Gooden are good customers of ours, and they sell a aluminum and steel. They call it a concealed door hinge, where maybe that's what you're talking about, a pantograph, where one has an arc to one leaf, and effectively it rolls the door out of the opening without pinching it as it opens. And we've made various versions of this. The only thing is with us, can we make it? Yes, we can make it, but somebody needs to model it and work it through their software to figure out what their arc angle is. And then I've got to make press brake tooling that will make that radius for their application. So it's not hard. It's just they got to make sure they're going to use more than three.
Yeah,
and they're willing to spend a couple grand on tooling,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I flirted with that. If that's what you're talking about, I definitely know that this concealed hinge thing is just all the rage in all the hinging applications and everything right now. So,
may I press my luck and ask you one more question?
Sure.
What is your opinion, if you have one, on sauce? That's the hinge that I am familiar with mostly, but the Tectus and the Sugatsuni, where they're giving you 3D adjustability. What is your opinion long-term in terms of maintenance? Have you heard of those screws coming loose and, the thing won't stay where I put it now?
No, I have not. That's a great question. And I know that the friction hinge or the constant motion torque hinge or I move the laptop to this point and it stops hinge or whatever you call it, it seems to be living and to keep going. So I don't know that anybody's really asked that question too terribly much, but I know that Sugatsune and effectively Southco and all these companies that are selling these different products, they have it there, and it's the only thing I do know is that when engineers are trying to create something with a hinge, they want a model that they can go out and steal and drop it in their thing to try. That's all anybody wants,
Yeah.
And we're a 2D metal stamped. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? My name's Joe from Downers Grove Hinge. It's a very simple process for us, in terms of things. So anyway. I digress.
And I'm glad that you did. I'm going to contact the client on these hinges. In fact, I've already sent an email. I'll follow up, and I'll let you know what turns out of it.
Yeah, I'm not in your space, but I'm kind of interested in your space because I get calls all the time, and I just don't know where to turn, so I sort of turn to you. So.
Well, thank you. I look forward to earning that.
Okay, thanks again. Have a great day, Richard, and I'll just stay in touch if I can.
Thank you, sir.
All right, bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.